Hello and welcome to Steve's Vintage Model Builds. Welcome back. Welcome back, Steve. I've been away for a while. Actually, I haven't been away. I just haven't been doing videos. For those who don't know, we're going to the Philippines for 5 weeks, starting a week after next. And while we're there, we're going to take a side trip for a week to Japan. Gonna ride the Shinkansen, the bullet train, and visit Mount Fuji and Shizuoka, the home of Tamiya, and Hasegawa, Aoshima, and many other Japanese model kit manufacturers. So we've been crazy busy getting ready for that, and we had a couple wrenches thrown into things. A friend of ours was supposed to come and stay to take care of the house, but had a family emergency and he can't. It would have been a complete disaster if Jack was still with us, but he's gone. So, as far as that goes, that's okay, I guess. Yeah. And so that kind of threw a wrench into things. We had to make some other arrangements and this and that and the other thing. And just been busy getting everything together. Everything from making the packing list. All the stuff you have to do when you're traveling for a big trip. 5 weeks is a long time to go. We have to close the house right up. We have to turn off the water, drain the pipes, etc., etc. It can get pretty cold here in December and January, so we don't want to take any chances on that. Okay, a couple of things. Two kind of funny things. First of all, welcome to everyone. Welcome to my subscribers and viewers who are stopping in again, as well as new viewers. Hope you'll enjoy what you see, and I appreciate everybody's time. So, some of my friends might recall when I did I did a bit of a rant about my wife and cleaning in the hobby room. I don't mind cleaning, but reorganizing and taking everything out and putting it back and no. Anyways, I caught her at it again. The first time it was, I didn't touch anything, I'm just reorganizing. Yeah, this time was, I didn't touch anything, I'm just fixing it. Don't fix it, I'll fix it. If you really must, fine, go ahead, sweep the carpet. But I prefer to do that too, so I can find all the little pieces that the carpet monster may not have digested. In any case, so there was that. And but of course, I laugh about it, but yeah. So the other thing is packing. Yeah, it's traditional when you go to the Philippines. Our family in the Philippines, they're middle class people. They have everything they need. They own a farm. They own a house in town, a few other business interests, and so on and so forth. But it's still traditional that when you come to visit, you have to bring a whole bunch of stuff as presents for them. So, we have the usual allowance of 4 large bags, and my wife had filled 3 of them, and then she grabbed my big bag and started filling that. And I'm like, wait, hold on, wait, what? Where am I supposed to pack my stuff? She says, well, you've got your carry-on. I'm not going to Asia for 5 weeks with nothing but a carry-on. Come on. I mean, 40 years ago, I went with a knapsack, but that was 4 years ago. And anyways, so so we got that sorted out, and etc. I told her we should have sent an overseas shipping box We had already sent one, but I told her we should send another one that will arrive when we get there, but no, we couldn't do that. So anyways, you know, like most married men, you know, you got to choose your battles, so okay. Anyway, so we've worked it out like many other things. And so before moving on, we've got a couple things today. I've got an after build review, which I'm very excited about, as well as a small kit review. Okay, so now for the star of the show, as it were. As the 1-year anniversary of the October 7th massacre in Israel by the genocidal Islamic Nazis, as the first anniversary approached, I wanted to do some sort of a tribute build to the IDF. It's really a remarkable force. Most are reservists. There's very few that are in the regular defense forces. And so it's placed a tremendous strain on the economy. Reservists have been called up. They haven't been able to do their normal work. So, you know, that's hurt the economy too. As well as it's not a very large force either. Very, very effective, very competent, but it's not a very large force either. And, you know, a loss of one person to them is like the loss of 10 or even 20 to others. So, in any case, so I wanted to have it ready for October 7th, and it wasn't. I just finished it basically last week. I wanted to take my time on it. I didn't want to rush it. I wanted it to look good. And also the other delay in making the after build video will be, I'll bring that up in a minute. Okay, so without further ado, here it is. The Israeli Defense Force, Merkava, this is Acedemy 135 scale, Merkava 3 IDF main battle tank. And I am so pleased with this. First of all, it was a beautiful build. I'll get into more of that after, but I'm very pleased with the way the paint finish turned out here. You know, with the kind of dust covered, but still the cyanide gray peeking through there. And so I'm very pleased with the way it turned out. Here's a little tip. Okay, this here, tarpaulin, camo net, whatever. I have to splotch it up a bit more, but basically it's just cotton pad rolled up, folded up, whatever shape you want, and you can either smother it in PVC glue or PVA glue, whatever it is, and then stick it together. So those most often go right there. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. They can put up. The newer ones have cope cages now, but prior to that, they had you know, they could put up poles, and then, you know, so that they could get some shade, put some shade over the tank, because very often they ended up sitting in the hot sun. So very pleased with it. Very pleased with the way the steel cables turned out here. They provide that for you. I'll put end screen of the original review. The detail of the kit is really nice. They have this funny thing at the back here. It's a clamshell. In the model here, it's only one piece, but it's a clamshell that opens up like that, so they can load stuff in. And I think the original Merkava could seat 10 fully equipped infantry soldiers, very tightly, but now it's down to 8. This can also be when the ammunition is expended. The area can be converted to carry up to 4 stretchers, so that when they need to go back to rearm, they can also take wounded back if necessary. The kit itself, I haven't glued this. But it just kind of works by friction, open and close. We'll leave it there for now. And, you know, the turret turns, all the hatches, you know, open, close, D-D-D-D. Get the nicely detailed armament. It's a beautiful kit, and it went together beautifully. No complaints about that whatsoever. The instructions were clear. There wasn't a single bit of flash. And so, anyways, yeah. So there it is. Just a little bit about the mark. Oh, and I'll also put up an end screen on. I had done a complete separate video on the Merkava tank itself, and I'll put up an end screen on that. So yeah, so there's that, and so a little bit about the markings. This indicates the company. So this is actually pointing forward. The arrow pointing forward like this is actually the second company, and then depending on the company, the arrow points up, down, or backwards. Sorry, this is platoon. This is the platoon marking. This is the company marking. So this is 2nd platoon, 3rd company. And these letters, it means point towards enemy. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what it is, and I've looked around. I've tried to find out, and I can't really seem to find it anywhere. So anyway, so you can see all the rivets there from the skirting, and yeah, so it's a beautiful build. I can't remember how much I paid for it. It's in the first video, but it was very reasonable. And yeah, so I'm very pleased with the result there. Just 2 things about Acedemy. I've mentioned this before. I'm just going to mention it again. Okay, well, let's back it up a bit. Originally I gave this a score of 11.25 out of 12, and that included a half point bonus for value. I'm going to up that by another quarter point to 7.5. So the after build review of this kit, it's 11.5 out of 12. And there's only 2 reasons it didn't get a 12 out of 12. The main reason is the decals, or the decals. And this is not just this kit, but Acedemy in general. And I've mentioned it before. Their decals just break down so easily. I did the best I could with this one here. This one went on perfectly, but they are really tricky. But as you can see, that they go on and follow the contours very nicely. But you know, if you could just even go a couple seconds longer in the water, it's going to be a bit of a struggle. And so, anyways, so yeah, so there it is. And the other reason is that they don't at Acedemy provide any information on the subject whatsoever. So you know, a small criticism, but there it is. I wish they would do that. That's something that's really easy to do. And as you can see here, lots of extra parts. So these are the chains. The ball, they have a ball at the end. Can you see them there? Oh, there we go. There. And these need to be trimmed a little bit. Yeah. And so those are to prevent grenades and anti-tank shells from getting in under the turret. Basically, what happens is the ball chains detonate it, and yeah, so that's it. Lots of extra parts here. Some nice suspension pieces, sprockets, and other stuff as well. So you know, lots of parts in the kit. But well worth whatever the price I paid was. To be honest with you, I think it's about $30 Canadian, including tax. I think it was 26 plus tax, but I'm not sure. Anyways, it was not expensive and an absolutely great value. A lot of fun to build. Not a rush job though. Okay, so I had finished that, you know, a week or two ago. And I hadn't done this video because I had ordered something to go along with it. And that was this. I had looked for one when I purchased the Merkava in the first place. Oh, I got it from my local hobby shop, NRC Hobby, same as this here. Matt had to order it. And there was a bit of delay in having it shipped out, and I had really hoped to have them all done, but now I don't think I'm going to have time to do it before we go. And of course, while we're away, I'll be doing travel videos and maybe even a few Filipino cooking videos with my brother-in-law. He likes to cook too. And so, anyways, so here we've got Miniart IDF Tank Crew, 135 scale, catalog number 37076. Plastic model kit. Box contains models for 4 figures. This is not a toy. And we have Miniart's a Ukrainian manufacturer as well. And I think I have 1 or 2 things from them. They I think they do more accessories or whatever. That's what I've seen anyways. But in any case, yeah, so we've got original artwork, and this is really cool. They've got a lady there. Women serve in the Israel Defense Forces as well. And they have one guy here saying his prayers. And so, yeah, and as far as the women go, when the October 7th attack happened, and there was actually a platoon of tanks. I guess they were about 30 miles away, 40 kilometers, 45, whatever that is. And those 2 platoons, that platoon was all female. And they had just completed their training. And when the alarm went out, they jumped in their tanks. They sped down to the kibbutz that was under attack, that was nearest to them. They stormed in there, and they killed them all. They killed every single one of the bad guys. Every single one. You know, 8 or 10 girls. Anyways, don't mess with Israel, and you don't mess with their women. I tell you, they talk about the lions of Judah. Ooh, they're lionesses. I tell you, man, they fight like. Anyways, so enough of that. Let's get into the box here. This was about $26, I think, including tax. Which isn't terrible for 4 figures, but I really wanted them for this diorama, so. Okay, and here on the back, you know, there's nothing inside. There's no instructions or anything. But they do have, you know, fully colored illustrations here. And they list all the different paints, the actual color, as well as each manufacturer's code. Everything from Vallejo to Tamiya. So, and yeah, so anyways, so that's very nice, and they also give you the actual, they show you the color here, and so that's very nice. Okay, and we got a heat sealed package here. And, oh, we've got 3 sprues. Okay. 3 sprue racks. Okay, so here we go. You can see there's very nice detail here. You can see the folds in the cloth and everything. There's a bit of flash. Nothing major. You're going to have to clean these things up anyways. And we've got separate heads, separate helmets. And we've got legs and arms and more torso here. Looks like the torsos are in 2 pieces. And here's our lady and her hair. So that's nice. You can paint the hair any color that you want. They say orange. I would say probably something more tawny, as it were. But there it is. So that's going to make for a very nice diorama there. I'm not going to rate that. I mean, it's what you see is what you get. So yeah, 10 out of 10, no extra bonus. So yeah, yeah. So there it is. So yeah, I would recommend the kit to anybody. I mean, not a brand new novice who hadn't really done anything. But you know, if you've done a couple or 3 armored kits, especially if you've done, you know, a couple of the Tamiya ones, they're not complicated. You know, you kind of get the idea of how it all goes together and how the process works. And then you know, it was just basically a case of you know, being very careful to follow the instructions carefully. But yeah, a great kit. Very impressed with Acedemy. Their new stuff is awesome. And speaking of which, I'll also put up an end screen. I came across a YouTube video about their injection molding process. And it goes through step by step from start to finish. Everything from, here I am again. You know, everything from how they actually do the molds to the whole process, and you know, how everything comes out. And yeah, so it was very interesting. So check out the end screen on that. And so I don't think there'll be another video before we go away. never say never though. But yeah, I don't have any kits underway. I don't plan to begin any. You know, it's all. Let's get to the Philippines. Let's get to the Japan. And I'm not gonna mind the Philippines at Christmas time, and weather's still in the 80s Fahrenheit there, in the mid 20s, whatever. And it's a magical time over there. So if anybody's interested, just keep an eye on the channel, and there'll be plenty of travel vlogs coming along. So yeah, so that's it for today. Thanks again to everyone. Oh, and thanks Inzan for sending me an email today, poking me to, you know, hey, do a video. No, I don't think it wasn't like that. It was, I haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're okay. And yeah, everything's been fine. It's just we've been crazy busy trying to get everything together, and not trying to stress ourselves out too much so we're exhausted when we get there. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah. So we arrive in Tokyo on the 16th, and Esther's twin sister and other sister and her husband and their son, are one of their sons is gonna. They're doing a tour. We're not doing a tour. They wanted to go to Disneyland and all that kind of stuff. No, Esther has trouble getting around since she severed her Achilles tendon, and it's mostly healed. But you know, still walking long distances is difficult for her. And so, and you know, they wanted to go, and anyway, so there was a bit of drama over all of that. And I just finally had to put my foot down and say, look, I'm sorry if I'm selfish, but I have two things I want to do. And that's it. I want to ride the Shinkansen, and I want to go to the Tamiya head office. And it's a bonus that it's also down there by Mount Fuji. So that's great. Plus we have the Japan Rail Pass. We can speed around anywhere we want. But we're going to hang out mostly around Shizuoka. Our hotel's right by the main train station there, and there's all sorts of stuff right around there. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and yeah, we're really looking forward to it. I haven't been to the Philippines, back to the Philippines since 2018, and I miss it terribly. And Esther was there last year for a couple of weeks, but she hasn't been back at Christmas time since she came to Canada in 1998. So we're both very happy and very excited to go at Christmas time. As you'll see in some of my videos, it's really a magical time. Well, it's a magical time in any Christian country, but you know, unless you're in the UK, where I hear now you can't even go to a Christmas market anymore. Anyways, yeah. So, speaking about that stuff, I don't get into this a lot, but congratulations, hearty congratulations to President-elect Donald Trump, President-re-elect Donald Trump. And he's not wasting any time getting down to business. He's really going to shake things up. He has a clear mandate, not only in the electoral college, or the electoral college, but he also won popular vote for the first time in a long time for a Republican. And, you know, it really was a very, very uphill climb for him. You know, I'm not going to say a lot about it. He was treated very unfairly in his first term. It was absolutely disgraceful. And now all of a sudden all that stuff is going away now that he's president-elect. So, yeah, and Israel won't... Israel have a hard time finding a better friend. And I expect that, well, Mr. Trump already, he came out today and said that, it was either today or late yesterday, and he said first day in office, he's going to open the floodgates. Israel gets whatever it wants. Israel gets whatever it needs. No more of this dicking around about, you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. No, enough of that. Yeah. The grown-ups are back in charge. Yeah, and I guess that's it then. It came out today that last time Israel attacked Iran, it turns out they've also destroyed one of their premier nuclear weapons research facilities. And so that'll probably set them back a bit. Maybe give them a couple of months till January. And but yeah, I mean, Iran's got to be dealt with. It's just yeah. But that's all I'm going to say about it. Okay, so excuse my hair. Sorry. Ever since Jack cut it the last time, it's just been. But that's okay. Go put some hairspray on it, plaster it down. Anyways, you all can guess that. So yeah, so that's it for today. Very excited, and hope people will join me for some fun and exciting stuff while we're overseas. And so thanks again, and we'll be seeing you soon. Bye now.